Hello, everyone. Hope all is going well. Welcome to the first episode of the Self Enhancement Podcast, where we will dive deep into the habits, mindsets, and strategies that can help you level up in life. I'm your host, Aman Kikibai, and today I present you with one of my good friends and co host, Amir Samat.
Hello, everyone. My name is Amir Samat, and I'm excited to be here and excited to learn.
That's right, this podcast is all about enhancing your life, no matter where you're starting from, by developing the mindset and habits of a successful person. So, without further ado, let's get right into it, shall we?
Let's get into it.
All right. So, you want to start it off?
Yeah, I think I should. So, the first thing I want to bring up is failure. Failure does not mean stop, failure means improve. Failure means to learn from your failures and do better. And with failure, you learn and you expand your mind and you grow. Can you expand more?
Yeah, let me just go ahead and tell you a little bit about your mindset, right? Your mindset is the most important factor about just building a business or building anything in your life. It's what creates you and it helps you get through all the challenges that you need to. But going on and talking about failure, failure is a key thing, right? Failure can really ruin your mind. Failure can put you down. Failure can make you feel like you don't want to do things anymore, right? I mean, I really think that failure is just a learning opportunity for you, right? It's a chance for you to learn and just be better. And after every failure, just be able to gain that knowledge from that failure and learn what you did wrong and just apply it once again when you do it again, right? You want to be able to do it again and just be 100x better.
Exactly, yeah. So, to put that into perspective, let's say I wanted to do 5 push ups today. And today I was really off. My form was off. I just wasn't feeling good. Let's say I had a Big Mac before, like not a good meal before. Tomorrow, when I have a goal to do as many push-ups as I want, I'm gonna know to not eat bad before, to not do this before, to have better form before. All that failure that I had is making me push and be a better person throughout the next day.
Yeah, same goes forth for this podcast that we're actually shooting right now. We've had tons of failures now. This is almost our 16th try doing this thing. I'm going to be honest. It's pretty crazy. Like, these mics keep dying. Something's going on with the phone. The camera messed up. The camera stopped recording. Random stuff starts happening. We didn't say the correct things. We were joking around. We weren't too enthusiastic. And we just weren't having the best enjoy that we're trying to provide for you guys and help and give all the knowledge that we can. But we learned after those 15 times, 16 times, we were able to learn every single time, and we were able to really create what we're creating for you guys now with all the factors that is needed, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit about clear goals and setting goals, right?
So when you want to set goals, you want to really reach for the higher ups. Like, you want to set goals that'll motivate you throughout the day. And when you wake up tomorrow, you want to know what you want to do. And those goals will just motivate you to wake up. When you wake up tomorrow, you want to be like, okay, I have to do this today. Okay, I have to achieve this in this amount of time. I want to do this by the end of this year or next year. And those would really help you move on.
Right. As simple as it sounds, it's clear goals, right? You want to create goals that you're looking forward to achieve, right? Your mind is always looking for success. Your mind is always looking for the result of what you're trying to do, right? It always wants a reward, right? So I really believe that setting up clear goals, like, for example, if your goal of starting that business is to retire your parents or just make $1 million before you get out of high school, or even buy a Lamborghini by the time you're in 12th grade of high school or out of high school and starting into college, that really helps you and keeps you motivated and keeps your mind set to know where you're headed towards, and it keeps you in the right path, and it keeps you to the path of where you should and what you should be doing to continue and reach those goals that you have set, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Right. Now let's talk a little bit about positive self-talk, right? Because your mind always needs that, and your mind is never clear. It always needs some sort of talk in order to keep functioning.
Exactly. Like right now, while we're doing this podcast, there's voices in our head telling us stuff, what to say, what to not say, what to do, what to not do. And it's just like the mental dialogue, like the way you talk to yourself. You want to talk to yourself in a positive way. You don't want to be negative to yourself, because when you're negative to yourself, you do worse. And being positive helps you and motivates you to do better.
Right. I 100% agree. Your mental dialogue is basically like you talking inside of your brain, right? before we started this podcast, the amount of times we talk to ourselves, just like we were even telling each other, tell ourselves, yes, let's do this, let's lock in, let's make this podcast, let's make it work, let's not joke around, let's be happy, let's have fun during this moment, right? Because
Exactly.
that's the whole point. We want to enjoy this and we want to help you guys out, right? We're doing this for our joy, we're doing this for your joy, and we're doing this to learn things from each other and give more knowledge out to the world, right? So I mean, positive self-talk is very important, because if you just negatively talk down on yourself, you're just not going to be going to be able to accomplish the things that you want to, because your mind is always saying, oh no, I don't want to do it.
Oh no, I should quit today. Oh no, this isn't working for me. I should stop doing this. But no, you should tell yourself you want to keep on going. You want to keep on doing this. You want to strive for better. You want to be 1% better every single day.
Right. This kind of goes on. I'll give you guys a little example. Like, for example, in running and cross country, track, whatever, right? If you're doing a mile, right? Now, if you tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to get under 6 minutes today, I'm not going to run the mile under 6 minutes, I'm just not going to do it, there's no point in me, right? Then when you run the actual mile, you're not going to get under 6 minutes, because you already told yourself, no, I'm not going to do it, right? So you're not going to do it. You're just going to slow down mid race and be like, yeah, this wasn't my goal, right? This goes back to clear goals. This is not your goal. But on the other hand, if you tell yourself, yes, I'm going to do under 6 minute mile, right? You will do under 6 minute mile no matter what you think, right? Or at least you will try your hardest to get to that under 6 minute mile. You will push yourself. You will work so hard to get under 6 minute mile. And that's just the beauty about just keeping a positive mindset, because you're able to basically tell your mind and set it to a way that you are focused and locked in and on the straight path towards the result and the goal that you're trying to reach, right? Now let's go ahead a little bit and talk about surrounding yourself with the right people, kind of like networking and who you hang around with and how it affects your mind.
Yeah. So what he means by surrounding yourself with the right people is like surrounding yourself with the people that you have motives for, like the same motives. Like if your friend wants to make $1 million, you should also want to make $1 million too, and also have like the same successes and want to really achieve like the same thing as your friends.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, I 100% agree with that. I mean, the people you hang around with are the people is the person you become, right? There's also a saying that your network is your net worth, right? The people you hang around with is the amount of money you make, or what you learn to be able to apply and imply it to the stuff that you do to make money, right? Because if you apply that stuff and the knowledge that you learn from people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, you're also going to be able to do the same thing, right? So really surrounding yourself helps your mind acknowledge all the other things that other people are doing and see the success, right? If I'm looking at you, right, doing something so amazing as age 16, 17 years old, you're making
Exactly.
hundreds of thousands of dollars, or if you're looking at me and I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars, your mind is going to tell you, look at him, he's 16 years old doing
I want to
so
be like
well.
him. Yeah.
You want to be just like the other person, right?
Exactly.
So it really helps your mind out. No,
Exactly, yeah. And it'll help you with motivation. It'll help you strive better. Like same thing with like the gym. If you have a gym bro, you don't want them to do better than you. You want to be the same or better than them. You don't want them to have an extra day on you doing better than you, hitting a better muscle than you and doing better. You want to be on the same path or even better.
definitely. I mean, you also want to be in positive and encouraging communities, right? You don't want to hang around with people who are gonna always put you down, or gonna be Debbie Downers, right? And are gonna say, "Oh, I hope you don't succeed," or right, or or they say that, "Oh, you don't deserve this." I've had so many of these people. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. In my time being in high school and all of that, with me starting multiple businesses, over three, four businesses now, so many people hate on me. One of my best friends that I used to be very close with. He honestly like wants the worst for me. I'm being so serious. Like they just want the worst for me. They never want to see me succeed, and I honestly don't care. It affected my mind 100%. It was one of my best friends, but it's life. You just have to get through it, and you just have to find a better way and just get back up from those challenges.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know about that either, but
I
wow.
know it's crazy. I mean, it's whatever,
Yeah,
whatever.
that just happens in life. Like you're gonna have, like you said, Debbie Downers. You're gonna have people that don't want you to succeed. You're gonna have people that don't want to see the best for you. And what you just got to do is just don't care. Don't give them any attention.
Right,
Don't give them anything. Just stay away from them.
exactly. I mean, if there's anyone out there who you're friends with and they are Debbie Downers or putting you down or always saying, "Oh, I don't think this is happening," or "This is very hard," it's very saturated or whatever. Ignore them. Do what you think is best. Do what your mind is telling you, and go for that goal that you set. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, let's that pretty much brings me up with the point of why you're listening to this whole podcast in the first place, right? This whole thing that you do or whatever you do is a journey. It's a journey that you cherish and that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. You're never going to be the same age. You're never going to live the same moment ever again. So I really think that you should cherish it and do the best with that you can with it and do as much as you possibly can, because once you're 16, right? If you're 16, 17, 18 years old, 32 years old, you're never becoming that age again. So whatever you do at that age stays done at that age. You can never go back and change what you did. So choose the best decisions you possibly can.
Exactly, yeah. And just think about it, from 5 years from now, if you really try, if you really work hard, you won't care what anyone else says. You'll be up the top. You'll be the one making the money. You'll be the one doing good. You'll be the one successful. So just in 5 years from now, just imagine your life.
I can't agree more. I mean, once again, it's just about your mindset. Just tell yourself and imagine yourself years from now benefiting from what you had started at a young age. A lot of people don't understand that 16, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20-year olds, 19-year olds, teens, whatever, they all have such a huge advantage if they're starting something early, because most people, they started things in their 20s and are now just benefiting around 27, 30s, mid 30s, mid 40s, early 40s, right? But if you have such an advantage starting in your teens, that's amazing. You're able to succeed and grow and live the lifestyle you've always wanted to live in your mid 20s or even early 20s, maybe even late teens, for a matter of fact. If you know, there's so many young people out there doing the same.
Exactly, yeah. And all this relates to just your mindset. All this relates to what you want to do. All this relates to motivation. Like all of these are what you need to have a successful mindset and like what, like a growth mindset basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this would help you achieve those things. And that's really what this podcast is about.
Yeah, I mean, exactly what you said. One small thing I just want to add on is like all the small things that you do to that are going to result in the big wins later on in life are really what you need, right? And those small wins, of course, your mind is never going to want to keep pushing through if you don't reward yourself, right? You have to reward yourself for those little small wins. Doesn't matter if you made $10,000 in one day, $10,000 in a month, or $10,000 all time of starting that business. Reward yourself and give yourself those small brownie points, because it helps your mind understand that when you accomplish something, you get something in return, and that's what our mind wants. We want satisfaction, right?
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, that's kind of
That's mainly the
pretty
point of
much
this. And I really do feel like if you follow these principles, if you follow this guide, if you listen to this podcast, you will start to see a shift in how you approach life and how you approach success. And it's not just about being perfect, it's about learning and growing every single day. Like I said, being 1% better every single day.
100% agree. Couldn't have said it any better. We're so glad you joined us for the first episode of the Self Enhancement Podcast. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. And if you enjoyed today's discussion, please share it with someone else who could benefit from this also. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media at,
The Self Enhancement Project.
once again, Self Enhancement Podcast. You can go ahead and follow us on social media: TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, where we'll be sharing more
Exactly. Yeah.
insights and tips to help you keep enhancing your life. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode, what we can do better, and how we can learn from our failures. Otherwise, feel free to leave a comment or reach out to us.
Exactly. Yeah. Thank you so much again for watching our podcast and helping us. Just remember, click all those buttons down there and just really leave a comment to help us to see what we did wrong, to see how we can improve. And hopefully, next episode, we'll dive deep. We'll dive deep into how you can continue to unlock your true potential.
Until then, stay focused, stay motivated, and keep enhancing yourself. All right, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.